Hey, VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is the next Gimme 10 thread. I actually got this request about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I can't for the life of me remember who, but someone requested that my next Gimme 10 I do country. So, whomever you are, again, I apologize, I totally cannot remember, but I wanted to make sure I got a chance to throw a country Gimme 10 thread in. And as I always kind of mention at the beginning of all my Give Me 10 videos, you know, keeping in mind, it's not the top 10 country songs of all time, it's, or the 10 whatever, it's the top 10 songs right now that you listen to that kind of give you the most goosebumps and you get kind of the most pleasure out of listening to those songs in that genre at this moment. So this is kind of my Give Me 10. Along with some honorable mentions I'll kind of show at the end, or maybe even as I kind of go through. We're just kind of wing this one, as all my videos for that matter. So in the background, which is an album I like to listen to quite often, even though I can't say there's one specific song that's so great, it's just the feel of the album. I like listening to it all the way through. Is Kitty Wells, and this is Country Heart. And as you can hear in the background, it's just that good old-fashioned twangy country that, I don't know, it's just it's a good feel to it. There's something very American about it or something, I don't know. But really good stuff. And half the songs on here, she's getting like her heart blasted out. It's just the saddest thing in the world. But really like that. Let's see. So yeah, again, we'll just kind of go through. I'll do my 10 first, and then again I'll throw the honorable mentions in kind of towards the end. This is one of those sad songs I was talking about. I don't remember the title of it, but she's basically singing about a woman taking her place with her man, and she's like just sitting back watching it happen. I don't know, just sad stuff. But anyway, we'll start here. My first is going to be Jillian Welch, and it's the song Whiskey Girl. It's off her CD Hell Among the Yearlings. I don't think they've pressed any Jillian Welch stuff on vinyl yet, and it's almost a crime. I mean, she has a number of albums out, and it's stuff that's begging to be pressed on vinyl. So I hope one day they'll maybe come around to that. But the song Whiskey Girl off of this album is a great track by her. An honorable mention that I was kind of debating about pulling out is the song Look at Miss Ohio off of her Soul Journey CD here. Another great track. But she does a great job of walking that fine line between really kind of folk and country. And I know some people like to mix those together, but it's kind of separate to me in a way. But a great artist right there. I mean, she's definitely down home true, if you will. My second pick goes back to one of the first country songs I ever liked, period, which is He Stopped Loving Her Today by George Jones. It tells a very creepy story in my mind in that song. But that's one of the first country hits I've ever loved, so that one always gives me a... Let's see. Let's go to a vinyl here. This almost made the honorable mention, but it was hard for me not to put it in here. Dolly Parton's Greatest Hits. There's a number of different songs by her that are just, you know, good old Dolly songs. But the one that I think I really like the most, that really gives me the, you know, kind of those goosebumps every time I hear it, is the song Hard Candy Christmas, which is on this album. Although I like the version off of the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, that soundtrack. The Hard Candy version on that, Hard Candy Christmas version on that, is a lot better than the one on her regular studio album that she did it on. But again, a lot of different things you can pick by Dolly, but Hard Candy Christmas is definitely one that I'd have to choose. Next, not much of a shock here. I mean, you gotta have some Johnny Cash in there. Now again, it came down to Ghost Riders in the Sky or Ain't No Grave. Two songs by Johnny Cash, both give me the absolute creeps, which of course, when music makes you feel, that's good as far as I'm concerned. But I went ahead and kind of fell on Ain't No Grave. I just think that's kind of it's a little simpler than God, blah blah blah. than Ghost Riders. But and anytime stuff can be so moving and simplicity, you guys always hear me kind of put those two things together. That's just something that's very, very meaningful to me in music. So I went with Ain't No Grave by Johnny Cash. Let's see, we'll pull one more LP here. Eric Church. I'm definitely a lot more fond of modern day country than I am of a lot of other modern day genres. Modern day R&B I hate for the most part. There's a good thing here and there, but for the most part I hate it. Modern day hip hop, hate it. Modern day dance, hate it. And again, there's always something in there that I'll find like, oh, that's good, I want that, and so forth. But just in general, hate it. But modern day country is one place where I tend to find a lot more stuff that I like than I hate, as compared to the older stuff that is. So Eric Church, and this has been was a really big hit. Springsteen off the album Chief, which is really good. So I definitely have to pick that as one of my Give Me 10s. As well as Luke Bryan. This is Tailgates and Tan Lines. And of course the song Drunk on You, I think is a great song. Love the storytelling in that song as well. And again, just more of that good modern day country. And that's a really good album in general. There's a number of good songs on here, like Country Girl, Shake It For Me, and Harvest Time, a few other things. So really, really good album. What's next? Another album I could pick a couple different songs by, but Tim McGraw. This is his greatest hits. Again, you have songs like It's Your Love, which is the first song I really liked that kind of brought me to him. Let's Make Love with Faith Hill. But I think the one song I'm putting in for my Give Me 10 is Don't Take the Girl. Again, the storytelling in that song just makes it very, very powerful and moving, and gotta love Tim. Let's see. We'll do one more CD here and go back to the vinyl. Rascal Flatts. As you can see, I'm kind of really into the more the mainstream type country. I don't dig, very, very deep into that genre. So most of the stuff I hear is, or start to like, is stuff that's got a lot of radio play and stuff like that. But Rascal Flatts, and of course the song These Days. Again, one of the first songs that really got me kind of sparked in the country over the past, 6-7 years or whatever. So that's one I definitely put on the list. And again, there's a few others too, like Come Over by what's his name? I'm forgetting the name of it. Blah blah blah. Anyway, like some stuff I have in my iTunes that I don't have CDs of and stuff like that. But again, those are just honorable mentions. We'll stick with the 10. Next here, another classic, which I'm sure probably most big country fans probably hate. This is kind of like the overplayed pop version of something, I think, in the country world, which of course is Islands in the Stream with Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. But again, I think it's a great song. I mean, it's what I always say to people that maybe slam that song a little too quick is always say, try to sing it. Try to take his part or her part and sing it all the way through. The song is a little more complicated than it comes off to be. But just in general, it's just a fun one that I get great pleasure every time I hear it. I think we're on, 8 or 9, something like that. Next one, I'm going with Kenny Rogers again. And it's the song Love Will Turn You Around, which is the theme off from the movie Six Pack, if you guys remember that. But that's definitely one of my favorite country songs too. Especially in context with the movie and everything. That was just one of those movies I loved as a kid, so that song with having the melodies and everything it did, it just kind of burnt right in my head, and I love it to death. So, and the last one I will pick for my Give Me 10, and actually let me stop that for a second, because I only have it on my iTunes. It's a very hard CD to find, number one. I don't think it was ever pressed on vinyl, but it is this song right here. It's the song Damned by the White Buffalo. Love it. great powerful vocals, great flowing melodies. I mean, it's just definitely one of my favorite country songs. And it might be some people don't consider it country, but I definitely do. It's really, really good stuff. So that's kind of my Give Me 10. And then a couple honorable mentions I want to throw out there. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I didn't pick really anything off of this because I could easily get my entire 10 list off of this one album. But there's all kinds of great stuff on here that easily fall on my top 10. So this would actually be probably my favorite country album from front to back. Country/folk album. Everything on here is great. It really is. Other honorable mentions again. This is a little more popish. I don't necessarily consider this as much country, which is one reason why I didn't really consider it as part of the top 10. But Leanne Womack, I Hope You Dance. I do love that song. I love the inspiration in the song. As cheesy as it may sound as far as what the lyrics are, the lyrics are freaking powerful. I mean, that's just all it is to it. And I love the melody to it, so I'll throw her in as an honorable mention. Another album where there's not one song that necessarily stands out, but the album as a whole from front to back is great. It's the soundtrack to Coal Miner's Daughter, which is the movie with Sissy Spacek. And I think she pretty much did all the songs on here. Like, she wasn't lip syncing or anything throughout the course of the movie. And she could have had a singing career as a country artist. I mean, she was really, really good. So again, just comes some of that good old-fashioned country. Another one here that I think, I guess technically she's a country singer, but to me, she kind of straddles that country pop line so much I don't just lump her in the country, but she's definitely one of my favorite artists, and that's Lucinda Williams. And this is her album West. She has a bunch of good albums. But my favorite song by her, which is off this album, is Words, which is a fantastic song. And again, when you listen to it, it's not that country, but if you go back to some of her older stuff, she's definitely a lot more country. Let me turn this down a little bit. Sorry, guys. So yeah, Lucinda Williams, definitely have to make sure I get her name in there because I love her to death. Just don't consider her 100% country. Kind of the same thing here with Taylor Swift. I do like this album, not even gonna lie. There's about 6 songs on here I think are all pretty darn good. At the same time, I wouldn't give this a lot of country props because I don't necessarily consider this country. I mean, yeah, it does have country elements and stuff like that, but if there's one little kind of thing I've noticed about some modern day country is when we talk about like how far they've gotten away from just old-timey country, it's basically just average, okay pop music being laid over some country kind of deliveries. I don't know like about musical instruments and stuff like that, so I can't really talk, in a very educated way. But I guess in general what I'm saying is like the sound of a slide type guitar and stuff like that, to me it's kind of like the modern day synthesizer. And we kind of know what synthesizers did for music in the 80s, where you didn't necessarily have to be extremely talented to make decent songs with a synthesizer. And that's what it seems like a lot of modern day country is. They're taking that slide kind of sounding guitar and they're taking pop type music and putting it on top of it, and it ends up being stuff like Taylor Swift, which again I like. I mean, I have the album. I told you I listened to it quite a bit. I love a lot of songs on here, but is it great music? Is it so creative and blah blah blah? No, not really. Like I said, it's cheap pop over country twang, but it works. And again, I'm not dogging Taylor. I like her to death, and she's doing her thing, and I have no problem with anyone doing their own thing. So, but anyway, so that's my country Give Me 10. So there you go. I might come back here in a few minutes and do what I've been spinning and a couple of new finds, but just wanted to kind of throw this video out there really quick. And let me know if there's any other Gimmie 10 that you guys would like to see, and I'll see if I can get it done for you. Alright, take care, BC.